All right, everyone. Your host, Cy Smith, coming to you on a Green Monday. It's the third Monday of the month. Um, we literally have to June 30th before our deadline, our annual deadline, to see if Black America is ready for the change that we must take. And I know that will sound ambiguous to a lot of people. Just connect with us and I'll be able to go into more details. But just know this. Bottom line, we have everything we need right now. The question is, will we pull our dollars together to execute? That's what it really boils down to. So anyway, in this video here, I want to highlight the Pennies to Africa walk that we just did last Saturday. It's the 14th year that we've done this Pennies to Africa walk down 63rd Street from California, which is 2800 West, all the way to 300 West, which is Yale, which is the Dan Ryan Expressway if you're from Chicago. And I just want to make sure you guys know the purpose of this walk. So we are 20 zip codes in Chicago, linked to 20 different U.S. cities, linked to 20 countries in Africa, linked to the 20 G20 member countries. And with those linkages, it all goes through Chicago. But 63rd Street is the most important strip in Black Chicago. And this is 14 years ago. We've known this. If you don't know, Dr. King said after he was hit by a brick in Marquette Park, that's on the southwest side of Chicago, that he never seen segregation like he saw in Chicago. So that says something for a man who traveled around the world for him to say that. So for those who from Chicago know what I'm about to say. Those not from Chicago, please know Dr. King already said it. Chicago is segregated, been segregated structurally based on viaducts, expressways, etc. So the Black community, which was robust at a certain point, 55th Street represented where everyone could travel down because of the Midway Airport. So people from the university on the lakefront would travel down 55th. They didn't. Black, whites didn't go. Mexicans didn't go to 63rd Street. 59th Street, so you got 55th Street, 59th Street represented all the trucks. A lot of trucking is there. 63rd was the residential part, and it was all Black. It was a majority Black. So we knew 14 years ago that we had to hold the line on 63rd Street because that was the Black Mecca. And after 63rd Street, it gets even blacker. 67th Street, 71st Street, 75th Street, 79th Street, 87th, 95th. So those who don't know, Dr. King said it, we know it's segregation. Now, here's the key. Just like Chinatown, Greektown, Little Italy, we never had a Black town. We coined 63rd Street Black Town so that we can make sure that we have a place that we can look at where it's vibrant, where we're supporting each other, doing business with each other, etc. So we put a lot of work in along 63rd Street to do that. So fast forward to last Saturday, we had every other ethnic group, mainly Mexicans and Venezuelans and others, comfortable along 63rd Street. We saw this coming. We welcome everyone. We want everyone to do well. But just like Chinatown, what's wrong with Black people doing for self, supporting each other, holding down their community? Because when you see other people being able to come in your community in Chicago, that's not normal. People stay in their sections. So to have people come in our community and get comfortable, it says something. Because remember what happened to Blacks when white flight took place. They burned homes down. They did egregious things to Black people. And here we have people who come and they're comfortable. There's no respect that's paid to the people who paved the way. Because remember, the whites was there. It was a certain point. Blacks couldn't cross Damon, couldn't cross Racine. National couldn't cross Western. So anyway, what I'm saying is when you look at what we have to do as a people, it's nothing wrong with Black people doing for self. And the world has it where the word Black is associated with negative connotation to it. No, because just like Black people eat in Chinatown, Black people eat in Greektown, others can move and eat in our community. But when you come with a spirit of not regarding the people who was there before you, I think that's a problem. I think that's a problem because it shows that you may be coming in with a takeover mentality, especially when you're putting up flags and things of that nature. So when we do this walk every second Saturday in June, we're out there bullhorn speaking to Black people to stay encouraged, stay empowered, don't give up. We got to keep our homes. We got to become vibrant. We got to have a reason to get people to bring their talents and gifts to a concentrated area. And what I've always known is this. The Bud Billiken Day Parade is the largest black parade in the country. You got all these blocks of black people. The challenge for that is it's no connection to Africa with that. With the 20 zip codes we have and 63rd Street, those 49 corners, every one of them corners is linked to the zip codes that link us to Africa, to the G20. So that 49 blocks on 63rd Street, when supported, it gives us solidarity. Imagine 10 people right on 63rd Street walking to their corner on 63rd for 49 blocks long. What that does, it shows black coordination. It shows black agreement. It shows that we are ready to go and do something even greater if we can do this minimum. So the fact that we don't and never had that, it speaks to the challenge that we have as a people, because this is simple to just walk to your corner and put some pennies in a bucket for Africa. And so that's why to me, every year it's a test to see if we're a little bit more ready than we were the previous year. And let me say to all my people that did participate, thank you. It keeps us going. So we appreciate that. To the people who from different neighborhoods who came, thank you, because that's the reinforcement. That's what 63rd Street will allow us when we do this the right way. We'll have our locals covering 63rd Street. Then we'll have the zip codes linked to them coming to add reinforcement. Now, what do we want ultimately to happen? What we want ultimately to happen is for us, black people, to be connected like everyone else is except us. We're the only group of people that's not connected to their ancestry, to their people, their homeland. There's 4 groups, or there's 4 things that we lack as black people in the U.S. The first thing is we lack our heritage. Our heritage that was taken away from us, meaning the culture, the way of life, things of that nature. We don't know which country we're from in Africa, so we don't know the culture. Ethnicity, the next one. Ethnicity is your language, speaking the language. We don't know. We should be speaking Swahili, Igbo. All right. The third thing is your ancestry. People are doing ancestry.com, but there's no real connection. That's just them telling you something on a piece of paper. And then, of course, your nationality. We don't know what nation state we're from. So all the immigrants in Blacktown, Chicago, or in all over Chicago, when they're in black neighborhoods, they have 4 things ahead of you: their heritage, their ancestry, their nationality, and their ethnicity that you don't have. So, of course, it's easier for them to work together, to coordinate together. They have some connectivity. Ours was separated. Even the Afro-Brazilians, which are the largest group in Brazil, they know they come from Angola. They know that. So at least they got their nation, and from the nation standpoint, they can look at their heritage, their ancestry, and nationality. We do not. We're the only ones out of all the ones transported through the transatlantic slave trade that's totally separated and don't know where you come from. So anyway, I know this is a lot, but I just had to talk about that. It's going to be another video that goes into a little bit more details, but let me tell you clearly what the solution is. And God put this in my spirit to tell black people this. Until we as black people do the easy, you can forget about the hard. Until we as black people do the easy, we can forget about the hard. Until black people do the easy, we can forget about doing anything difficult. What is the easy? The easy is all black people agreeing to release $1 electronically to National Block Club University. You say that again. The easy is electronically sending $1 a month to National Block Club University. Why? Because it's block by block. Why does that matter? Because everyone is in a zip code and on a block somewhere. So when you're doing that, we're going to find out that you are a teacher, a judge, a nurse. You're going to find out if you're a carpenter, a bricklayer. And with that data, we go find out on the next block, we got another carpenter, nurse, teacher, preacher. That's the linkages there. With the money, now we're hiring people to go and find out what everyone else is block by block in Detroit, in St. Louis, in Milwaukee, in Mount Bayou, Mississippi. And we got that connectivity. We pulling our dollars together. Remember, we 46 million strong. $46 million that's not hurting you because it's just 4 quarters is huge for this major connectivity to manifest, grow, and help us create vibrancy. HSN stands for Habits, Schedule, Network. That's what the solution is. That's lifestyle. We have to alter our lifestyle, one where we're in control and not our oppressors. Habits, schedule, network. Your $1 is the only thing missing. We don't have to come together. Our dollars need to come together. Thank you.